The following system that I'm about to present to you was developed for a university to allow specific end users through a neat GUI to interact with its club's database, specifically the admin, the students, and the club representatives. So if you look here at the login page, you will see that I can either log in as an admin or as a student. The reason for this is that club representatives are merely students who represent specific clubs. So once you log in as a student, the system will check against the database and see whether you represent a club or not and show you the relevant tabs for you depending on that. So if I log here as a normal student, entering a .student account here, you'll see that I get access to the student GUI, which allows me to search for clubs or register for clubs. And so to search for clubs, I can click on any of the categories and all of the clubs available there will be displayed. And they're displayed alphabetically, where I can see the club name, the category which it falls under, when it was registered, the president and vice president, its group description, and when was it last updated, and whether it's active or inactive. I can even pick a specific category to see that specific information. And just a side note here, there is a better way in my opinion to represent such data, which I will show later down in the video. But as per our problem specification, we're asked to represent the club's information in a data grid view. Then as for the register for club, it's just the same. I cannot obviously apply for nothing, but I can pick a category and then pick one of the clubs under it after I've read its information through search and apply there. And it will ask me if I'm sure I want to apply for that specific club. There is no restrictions here, since as a student I can apply for how many clubs I please, and I can either say yes or no. My system is English, that is in Arabic, that's why it's written in this form. So if I say yes, it will tell me that the request has been sent successfully and that I will receive an email, as my email is registered in the database by the university as per our request, and that the club will reach to me again shortly. Then if I go back here to the club representative, and let's say I will log in as a club representative of the art community. See, it opens here, and just to go to the art club to see its information, as I will show you what a club representative can do shortly. As you can see here, we have access to two new tabs here, which we'll go over shortly. For now, let's just focus on the date in which this group was last updated, which is the 24th of June. Then the first tab here is for weekly update. I can notify people of upcoming trips or what have me, like descriptions, achievements, all of that. Obviously I would want it to be more specific, but as an illustration, let's just put it as that. And as you can see, the system conveniently remembers which club I represent, the today's date and time, so it will pin it automatically for me in the database. And indeed, if I submit, it will tell me successfully submitted. And if I go back here to the art club, you will see that now the last updated date is the 25th of June. And likewise, I can update the description, the club's description. So let's go over the club description here. It's this. If I go here and change it to something as simple as 1, which, let me just copy this so I can put it back later. So if I put it to something as mundane as 1, and then I can even browse for a logo, which shows up in the university's web page or any other form that displays the image. It obviously does not show here because it's a data grid view. If I click on browse and let the system load, it will allow me to pick a specific file extension, obviously images. So if I pick this one, I open it, and then I submit, it will tell me successfully updated. And if I go here back to the art club, we'll see that obviously the time has changed and the description has been updated as well. And I can put back this description if I please. And then if I try to exit here, it will ask me, did you post a weekly update? As a club representative, I'm required to post updately and to notify students of what's going on through the club. So this notification is really useful if the club representative happens to forget. So if I say no, it will take me back to the weekly updates tab. Otherwise, if I say yes, it will take me back to the login page. And then as an admin, let's do again login as an admin this time. You see, I get access to a ton more of features since the admin has full control over the system. The search for clubs remain consistent, but as the admin, I can even generate a club's detail report, which is a report of every club here. And you can do it, we can do it however we want. The way I did it is, first off, I represented all of the active clubs and then all of the inactive clubs, and under each active club it goes category by category. And obviously there is many ways you can improve the design for this. This is just a basic prototype, but anyhow, a neat feature that I left for the admin to do here is that they can edit this, and they're not updating the database, they're just editing it for their view's sake, or if they want to exclude something, so they can exclude this whole section over here like this, and then they can view the art organization. If they wanted to return back, they can click the button again and boom, it comes back again. Likewise, I can view all of the activities and even generate a report for that. And as you can see here, the activity we just added a couple of minutes ago has been added, and obviously the activity report is sorted by date, which is just more convenient. And then here for add clubs, I can even create clubs, so only the admin can create clubs or add them to the database. And let's say I want to create a new club here under the sports category, and here I can choose any category I want, because in fact all of the options, as you've seen previously, are based on the database. So if the database changes or gets a new category, the system will automatically recognize that and respond accordingly. Let's just say I want to add a club like what? Maybe there's a volleyball, there's tennis. Let's just say any club for now. I'll just give it any president and any vice president till the name comes to mind. And again, let's keep in mind the date here. If I click add, we'll see that the club has been added successfully. And indeed, if I go back to the search here under the sports category, we'll see that my club has been added and everything is updated, and by default it's set to active, since the clubs as they're added should be active. And then I can even update the information of the club, and this is how ideally I think the information for each club should be presented. So as you can see here, if I pick the art organization, or let's just say sport, and pick the one we just added, see all of the information for the club will be presented here. If I pick football, all of the information will be presented. And so here I can change its name to, I don't know, baseball, and then make the president Mike, vice president who, and then update the description to this. And then indeed, if I click update, it will say successfully updated. And in fact, if I go back here, go to sports, I'll see that now I have the baseball team and it's updated. I can even update specific categories. If I go to academic, let's say the science club, I can just change this guy's name to Lee and update that. Say updated successfully, and I can go back here, and if I open the academics one, you'll see that his name is now Lee. And likewise, I can archive clubs, which is a very nifty feature here. So I can either put the inactive clubs in a separate database of their own, which I can later put back in, or I can permanently delete them. And so if I access all of the active clubs here, you will see that I have a handful of clubs here. And then all of the inactive clubs are just those two. I can, let's say, pick this one and choose to unarchive it. And then if I say yes, that I am sure I want to unarchive it, it will tell me successfully completed. And if I go to inactive, you'll see it's removed. Likewise, I can pick any random club here like this one and decide to archive it and say yes. And as you can see, if I go to the inactive place, it's now there. I can even delete inactive clubs like the basketball club, and then click on delete, and then yes, I want to delete it. And then if I go here, you'll see that it's not here, and if I go here, you'll see that it's completely removed. And that's pretty much it for my user interface system. Hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much.